Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Dear all student, how are you today? Currently, I would like to explain to you about organizational culture. Organizational culture is one of the topic of our subject leadership, and this topic is very important to be learned because it can be a reference for habits and behavior in the company. So now, please, uh, you can listen all of my explanation about organizational culture. Before I explain further about organizational culture, firstly we have to know what is the definition of organizational culture. Organizational culture is a system of values, beliefs, norms, and behaviors developed and shared by members of an organization, which serve as guidelines for behavior and decision making in the work environment. So, uh, an organization has a custom, norms, and behavior that are adopted by their organization. So, this is called as organizational culture. So, what is the importance of the organizational culture? Organizational culture is very important to be learned so that members of the organization can survive and develop themselves in the organization. Okay, next we want to discuss what is the importance of organizational culture. Okay, this culture or organizational culture will shape the identity of the organization. Then, organizational culture also influence how members communicate. The organizational culture also shapes the leadership styles and how the organization responds to challenge and change. Okay, in a simple terms, organizational culture is often referred as the way we work around here. Okay, organizational culture has many components. First is core value. What is the core value? Core value is the fundamental values believed by all members of organization. This value become a guidelines in acting and making decision. For example, integrity, cooperation, and innovation. Okay, the second component of organizational culture is social norms. What is social norms? Social norms is unwritten rules that govern how members behave within an organization. These include work ethics, communication styles, and attitudes towards superiors and coworkers. The third component of organizational culture is symbol. So, what is the symbol? Symbol is visual or physical representation of an organization's cultures, such as logos, uniforms, office layouts, even internal jargon. This creates a recognizable visual identity. The fourth component of organizational culture is ritual and tradition. I think most of you already know about ritual and tradition. So, what is ritual and tradition? A ritual and tradition is regular activities that have cultural significance, such as company anniversary celebration, community events, or weekly meetings. And these rituals reinforce a sense of belonging and emotional connection. Finally, the last component of organizational culture is organizational stories and myths. What is organizational stories and myths? Stories is about the founder, major success, or failure of that organization that are told over time. These stories shape perception and inspires new members. Okay, next we will talk about types of organizational culture. So, uh, many organization has many organization have different types of organizational culture. First is power culture. So the key features of power culture is centered on individual or small group It has full control over decisions. And the working condition, how about the working condition? If organization use power control, it will be quick in the decision making, but sometimes lacking in transparency. And uh, this culture is best for small organization or those that rely heavily on charismatic leaders. Okay, the second types of organizational culture is role cultures. So what is the key features of a role culture is based on clear structure, procedures, and positions. And organization that suitable to adopt these role cultures is such as bureaucratic organizations such as government agency or large company with many levels of hierarchy. And the working condition for role culture is stable, formal, and role oriented. The third type of organizational cultures is text cultures. What is the text cultures? The text cultures is focused on project achievement and teamwork results. So this culture is suitable for project-based companies such as creative agency, consultancies, and startups. And the working condition of text cultures is dynamic, collaborative, and adaptable to change. The fourth organizational culture is person cultures. So what is the person cultures? The key features for the person cultures is places that individual at the center of the organization. So the type of this culture is suitable for professional organizations such as law firms, university, or research institutions. And the working condition of this person culture is high autonomy and tends to be free. Okay, the first impact of organizational cultures is it will influence employee behaviors. Culture determines how employees interact, resolve conflicts, and make decisions. For example, an open culture will encourage employees to be bold in expressing ideas. So, if the organization have an open culture, I think the employee will not feel worried or feel scared to express their opinion and then express their idea. This I think it is very good for the employee to be developed and feel very confident in to work in this organization. And moreover, this also good for the company. The company can improve their uh, uh, their working performance in the futures. Okay, the second impact of organization culture is it will increase loyalty and engagement. Okay, a positive culture can build employee ownership and commitment to the organization vision. This is essential for long-term retention and motivation. For instance, if the company is implemented about the open culture and build trust each others, this is will increase the loyalty and engagement of the members. So the employee will, if the employee is already is loyal to the company, they can give more than the company expected. They can work optimally and give their best performance to the company or organization. Okay, the next impact of organizational culture is it will influence leadership style. So leadership style will depend on the organizational culture. Leaders will tend to adjust their leadership style to the dominant value in the organization, such as it is more democratic or authoritarian. If the dominant value is uh, if the dominant value of organization culture is tend to give the opportunity of the member to speak, to generate their opinion, uh, to uh, open discussion, then the leadership style tend to be democratic. On the other end, if the if the culture of the organization is tend to be authoritarian, so all the member must follow the leader. They cannot speak. They don't have any chance uh, the to speak or to generate their opinion. Uh, then the leadership style will be changed to authoritarian. Next, the impact of organizational cultures is becoming a source of competitive advantages. A strong and consistent culture, such as one focused on innovation or customer service, can differentiate an organization from competitors and create added value. Okay, the fifth impact of organizational culture is determining adaptability. Organizations with flexible culture are more adaptable to change. So this organization will be open to all changes, both external or internal environment. So organization with flexible culture, they more can accept many changes in the external environment, such as market changes or new technology. Uh, Next, the last impact of organizational culture is it will influence productivity and performance. A collaborative and supportive work environment can increase team productivity and overall organizational effectiveness. So, if the organization tend to uh, implement it about implemented to their employee about collaborative, about working together, yes, and about team working in a team or in a group. This will generate a supportive work environment, and at the end, this will increase the productivity of the team and productivity of the company or organization.